Welcome back to Wise Up Biz Talk, where they find a business lesson in everything and help you wise up. Let's get started with your hostesses, Em and Kim.
We got our cup of coffee ready to go.
Have a cup of cheers. Let's go.
So, what do you have in mind today?
Well, I wanted to continue on with our business structuring conversation because some things, kind of came up.
So, what we talked about? So, we talked about liability.
Yeah.
Have the right structure, hiring the right person to take care of your structure.
Right.
And I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much what we talked about.
So, what else we left off?
Well, I think too, whenever you finally develop a structure, right? So, I have an LLC S Corp.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you have a different structure, you have to make sure that you follow the process for this structure. So you have to,
Okay.
like for example, in your operating agreements, which if you don't know what that is, and you have an LLC or an S Corp or a C Corp or something like that, you better go pull your paperwork.
So can we have verbal operating agreement or a partnership agreement right now? So will we have that if you pass away?
Yeah.
Or if I pass away, would you want to work with my husband?
Yeah.
You sure?
Well, we can talk about operating agreements from a business partnership in a little bit, but I think the thing is with your operating agreements, like there are certain requirements to show that you're a true entity, because if you ever do have a lawsuit brought against you, or if maybe the IRS questions your authenticity of the business, like you have to have certain things to justify it, right? So you have to have like your directors meeting, your shareholder meetings, and things like that. But also too is built into your operating agreement are different roles and responsibilities for like your directors, your officers, your shareholders. Even if they're the same person, you still have to have clear roles, because it also has a play on how you present yourself out in the community, or out in your marketing and your efforts like that. So your business card should be indicative of the role that you have at that point, right? Because if you're trying to go in as a shareholder and that's what your business card says, and that's not your
responsibility
role, right, in the company, it can be considered misleading.
Mm-hmm.
And so, now that you have this business structure in place, you really need to understand what your requirements are to continue to make it to be, I guess, authentic. I don't know if that's the right word, but you want to make your business legitimate and authentic, because you have to follow the rules of the operating agreement.
Okay.
Don't you think so?
Yeah.
Do you
have to address it?
Do you think that your attorney should, or who do you think should advise you on that?
Well, whenever you set it up, whoever you hire to set it up should tell you or guide you on, the correct way, or even, because I know that a lot of people, I talk to a lot of people when they go and set up their business, all they did was get an LLC in place or a name of the business or a corporation or whatever, and then get their EIN number. Mm-hmm. Pretty much that's it. I never seen anybody that actually have a operating agreement, have a clear role, and what their steps need to do every single year to be compliant.
So, I mean, you're in the tax world. So, like, if you get audited by the IRS and they're questioning the authenticity of your business, like, why would they question the authenticity of a business? Like, give us an example.
did you run the business where it's supposed to be? Like, did you commingle your personal and your business to as well?
The facade of personal and business commingling.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
so a lot of people do that too as well, using the business money for personal gain. So if let's say that you went to Costco or you went to Sam's to pick up some stuff for your business, and along the way I was like, ooh, I like some strawberries or some chocolate or whatever.
That's not related to the business.
Yes, and then you purchase it with your business account too as well. So the right way to do it is that you're supposed to reimburse your business for that expense.
Right. So basically, trying to keep it really simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go to Costco, I spent $100 on office supplies for my business, but I grabbed a candy bar and a couple other items, snacks in bulk that are not related to my business.
Correct.
So when I go to file that receipt,
Mm-hmm.
To keep track of it as an expense,
Mm-hmm.
I need to not put the full $100 on there. I need to deduct the amount that
Correct.
only applied to my business.
Yes. So if you did use your business fund to pay for it, then you have to reimburse your business for the expense.
Right.
too, as
And
well.
how would somebody do that? Do they have to just show a clear transfer to the business account?
Yeah, you should have some
or-
kind of paper trail to show proof.
Okay.
But it's pretty hard. And a lot of people tend to commingle because it's a lot easier. And then, like, if I need $100, if I need $1,000, just go eat. It's easier just go in and grab it. But that's not a proper way to do it.
Right. Well, and then also, it would totally skew your numbers because
Correct.
if you're commingling your personal and your business,
Mm-hmm.
then that means that you don't have a true, number of what's coming in and out of your business, which then impacts your overall business.
Correct. Because another thing that you need to know is know your numbers too, as well.
Right. Which
So-
we talked about that and the
Uh-huh.
importance of that.
Correct.
So, how are you going to know your numbers if you have personal stuff in there?
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting. But I definitely think people need to go and pull their documents to see if they have an operating agreement.
Uh-huh.
Is it possible that people have an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp, or some other type of business entity and not have an operating agreement?
Yeah, there is. Because probably people they don't know that they're supposed to have that in place too as well, and the person who set them up, or if they went online to LegalZoom,
Right.
you're not talking to somebody, so how would you know that you need that
I think LegalZoom gives you these
options to add on?
But if you as a business owner are not doing your research and
Mhm.
you're not getting these things situated,
Mhm.
then you could also face some severe penalties
Mhm.
from the IRS too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure that we don't get sued by anybody.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, I think LegalZoom is a great option for people, but you definitely have to research.
Mhm.
I prefer a live in-person person.
Yes, I do too.
because-
Because you have a lot of questions that you might have, or there's a lot of things that you might not know, and if you the type of person that do it yourself, then maybe you might leave something on the table that might potentially be a liability to you.
Right.
So you need to protect your business, you need to protect your asset, because that's the ultimate goal, is to build a business to a certain level where you can maybe leave a legacy to your kids, your family, or leave a legacy, or you want to do something else, or maybe later on you want to donate that money, but you need to protect it.
Right,
During the
because
time doing
after
it.
all, why are you
Working so
building all
hard,
of this
yeah.
and working so hard if you can lose it like that?
Correct.
Just because you forgot one little thing.
Correct.
So definitely take the responsibility of going in and just getting to know your business as you make these decisions, and not just that's because somebody told me to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because ultimately you're going to be the one held accountable to it, right?
Correct.
So
Can't
definitely
be
go in,
pointing
and
fingers.
if you don't have an operating agreement, get one.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about an operating agreement for a business partnership. Because I had a call with one of my friends who was like, "How did you start a business?" And he's thinking about getting into a partnership with somebody, and I'm kind of listening to it, and I'm like, "Oh, this is." Because it's very clear that one person's bringing more to the table than the other, which is fine, but they have to
You
have
need to
an
define. Yeah, you need to
have
define that.
outline in your operating agreement.
Yes.
So, we're working on our operating agreement right now, and we're talking about different liabilities, different worst case scenarios, how it impacts our family, should there be a death, a divorce, stuff like that,
Yeah.
because these are all things that need to be outlined in the agreement.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hope neither one of us dies, and I don't want our spouses to die, and I don't want our spouses to divorce us either. But the more that you plan ahead of time, then you don't ever have to think about it and worry about it ever again.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's there's so many different strategies too, because right now we're looking at doing life insurance policies and stuff like that
Yes.
as our business partners, or as business partners and our businesses grow. we want to make sure that we set up our family and each other, because we each bring, even though we're two right brainers, we both bring something to the table that's important. So get one. Just get one. And take our poll and let us know, do you have an operating agreement? Yes or no? Because I think it's really important to ask these questions. I know it's hard because we're on a podcast and like you're not going to really give me an answer, right? But in your mind, like you just have to start asking yourself these questions and not be in denial about it, right? Mm-hmm. Because you just have to face the facts, and it's okay if you're not set up great. And if you are set up great,
well, it's not too late. It's not too late right now. So
no,
if you know that's what you needed, then just go and do it.
And do it now. Do it.
Just do it.
Make like Nike and just do it. Okay.
All right.
Next. Whoop.
Is that like our
whoop?
Thank you for joining us today on Wise Up Biz Talk. If you enjoyed, please subscribe and leave a rating. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Wise Up Biz Talk. Please share our episodes on your business page with friends and family so they too can wise up. Always a business lesson in everything. See you on the next episode.